Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my flight preview to Week 2 of the preseason. The New York Jets are going up against the Green Bay Packers. As we know, they just finished joint practice with them, and we're going up against them in Green Bay. This is going to be an interesting game. There's a lot to look forward to, whether it's Zack Wilson's, debut against the Packers, his first time on the road, even though technically they were on the road last week because they were versus the Giants, but we share the stadium. You guys know the deal. But I'm really excited to see what this Jets team looks like on the offensive side of the ball because we're going to get more time with them. The starters and Zack Wilson are going to play a little more than they did in Week 1. And then also how the defense is going to look without Carl Lawson. Obviously, the devastating news. We all know what happened. So in this video, I want to give you guys all my thoughts on what we can expect going into Week 2 of preseason against the Green Bay Packers. Before I hop into the video, I just want to mention if you guys are new to Jets Media, please do not forget to smash that subscribe button. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYJets_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. So first off, let's talk about Zack Wilson. All week during joint practice, I think the one common theme of Zack Wilson was he was getting constant pressure. The offensive line did not really hold up well against the Green Bay Packers front. So how is that going to happen in preseason? The one thing I want to look out for is how does Zack Wilson deal with the pressure in preseason? Because Week 1, he did not get sacked once. He didn't really get pressured once. The offensive line really held the ground. So it's going to be interesting to see how the offensive line bounces back, how Mekhi Becton looks, because there's so many people in the media so worried about Mekhi and all these crazy nonsense saying that he's regressing. I'm not going that far. Mekhi looked fine to me Week 1 preseason, and he's going to go through his ups and downs. I understand that. It's part of the game. Not everybody's going to be dominant every single time they step on the football field. So I'm excited to see what Mekhi can do in the entire offensive line. Are they going to be able to protect Zack Wilson? And on the other side, how is Zack Wilson going to deal with it? Is he going to look like the same quarterback last week? Or is he going to be one of those guys that goes ups and downs? And we have to realize he's a rookie. So if he does have ups and downs, that's totally natural. But the big question is Zack Wilson going to be, out there looking the same type of comfortable, he's same type of poise, he's getting the ball out of his hands, he's timing, everything that we saw Week 1, are we going to see the same thing Week 2? Or are we going to see an even more aggressive Zack Wilson taking shots down the field, making some plays in terms of getting in the end zone? So the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most about Zack is he's getting more playing time. He's getting a couple extra series. He only played 2 series against the Giants, so expect him to play at least 4 series against the Packers. I know that they're going to rely on the run game because that's what this offense is all about. We know that the run game has been the best suit of the offense, which is a good sign because without the run game, there's no passing game. You need to be able to run the football before you can set up the play action for Zack Wilson and the wide receivers. So that's a good sign. Ty Johnson looked really good Week 1. Is he going to have the same type of performance? Is LaMichael Pirine going to have the same performance? He got 12 carries last week and a touchdown. Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman might get his Jets debut in this one in case he was not with the Jets last week. But the one thing I want to see with this offense is, first of all, let's see them score a touchdown. We did not see the offense get in the end zone in terms of, the starters last week. I think a big reason for that was the offensive interference call that was called on Keelan Cole that stalled the drive. But I really want to see Zack Wilson get aggressive. Let's see some, shots down the field. Let's see him roll out. I love seeing him, have that pocket presence because he didn't really move out of the pocket once in the preseason opener. So I want to see Zack, make some throws within the pocket. Also want to see him roll to his right, roll to his left, make some backyard style football throws that we know that he did all throughout his career in BYU. And I just want to make sure that he's not, out there trying to do too much. I feel like the coaching staff did a really good job last week in terms of Zack Wilson, putting him in the right situation. The calls were very easy for him. They were simple. One read, get the ball out of your hands quickly. You don't really have to make things complex for the rookie right out of the gate. So I'm expecting the same style of approach from Mike LaFleur in the offense for the New York Jets, making sure that the rookie doesn't have too much on his plate. Now, let's get into the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, the big question is, how's this defense going to look without Carl Lawson? Lawson only played 1 series last week, so we didn't really get to see him at all. He only played 3 snaps. But now we're going to see the defensive line out there without Carl Lawson. So what is it going to look like? Quinnen is not going to be playing in the preseason. So it's going to be probably Jonathan Franklin Myers. And then Sheldon Rankins is banged up with a knee injury. So who knows if he's going to be playing this game. So hypothetically, the starters with all the injuries is going to be John Franklin Myers, probably like Nathan Shepard, Foley Fatukasi, and then Bryce Huff. And then there's going to be people rotating. So that's really what it's probably going to look like when it comes to this week because, again, Quinnen's not playing. Sheldon Rankins is banged up. And, and Vinny Curry's still banged up. So we're battling the injury bug right now. Definitely unfortunate, as we know. Injuries is part of the game. We obviously lost our best player on the defensive end, somebody that's been having the best training camp in Carl Lawson. You guys saw all of my reports about that. Devastating news. It's going to be a big impact for the Jets. It's going to be a big test for them mentally and how they can deal with it as a ball club, as a team, in the locker room. I'm expecting Carl Lawson to still have a vocal, leadership role on this team in the locker room, even though he's not going to be playing. The biggest question for me in this game is how is the young secondary going to look? Aaron Rodgers is not playing, so we're going to be versing the backup quarterback for the Packers. But it's a big test for Bryce Hall and all these young guys to get their reps because Robert Saleh said that everybody's having a good camp in terms of the cornerback room. Some players are separating themselves and saying, like, okay, this is definitely the starters. These are definitely the backups. So it's interesting to see what happens in this game. Bless Austin needs to have a good game. All the rookies, Brennan Eccles, Michael Carter II, Pinnock, all these guys, I'm excited to see what they can do, as well as Hamza Nasruddin. He's going to be the starting linebacker alongside CJ and Jared Davis, and those two have been looking good so far. So the young secondary and the young defense outside of the front seven is something I'll be looking out for the most in this game because the preseason is so valuable for them in particular because all these young guys, they've never had preseason reps like Bryce Hall, for example. He wasn't even healthy in training camp last year, and now he gets to have a full, healthy training camp and a preseason, luckily, right now. So that's really valuable for him in particular. Now let's get into some of the backups that I'm looking forward to seeing the most in this game. James Morgan is somebody that I really am excited simply because it's his homecoming. He grew up in Green Bay. He grew up idolizing Aaron Rodgers. He wore number 12 in college simply because of A-Rod. So is James Morgan going to have a little pep in his step, or is he going to be a little nervous playing in front of his home crowd? As we know, he's our third-string quarterback, so he's going to be getting a lot of playing time in Green Bay. So I'm interested to see what he can do. Another injury news, I don't think Denzel Mims will be playing in this game unless the injury that he had is not too serious. He's day-to-day with the hip, so it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to see him out there with the backups because he had such a good game. But if he's battling a hip injury, there's no reason to put him out there. Let him heal up. It's not a serious injury, luckily. And then on the offensive side of the ball, we need the backup offensive line to even play well because we need to make sure we have quality depth. Connor McDermott as a tackle, Dan Feeney as a left guard. There's a lot of guys in the offensive line that we need to really play well at the backup simply because we need to prepare for injuries. And when it comes to receivers, there's so many guys like Lawrence Cager, Josh Malone. I honestly love preseason because I love watching these young guys, the backups trying to fight for their job. This is the time where they understand that if they don't put quality film, if they don't play well, then on film it's not going to look good, and the coaching staff is going to look at that and they're going to cut you, and they understand that. So all these guys in the third, fourth quarter of this game, they're going to be playing their hearts out because they understand if they don't play well, their asses are getting cut. So that's really my thoughts of the Jets and Packers preview. I'm excited. Jets football is right around the corner tomorrow in particular. Looking forward to see Zack Wilson out there and, see how the defense looks without Carl Lawson and see how Robert Saleh looks as a Jets head coach. Once again, every time I see him on the sideline, I get a little excited. So leave a comment down below your thoughts going into this Jets-Packers Week 2 preseason game. I'm excited for it. Leave a comment down below. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go Jets. Peace.